when you get into a state where you're getting this girl, you're getting that girl, you're getting that girl. So the more girls that you're attracting, the more girls you'll attract. The less girls you're attracting, the less girls you'll attract.
What's this all about?
What a lot of people don't understand about gaming, just getting to a certain level, is that what you want to do is you want to get in a flow state, meaning that you want to get into a flow of interactions that serve you. And so, for example, meaning that, let's say, for example, you are out there and you're going out and you're getting rejected and you're not getting any progress or whatever it is like that, right?
Right.
What happens is that sometimes it's hard to get out of that, because you're going to keep doing, that's going to keep happening on a certain level, meaning that you're going to start getting more rejections because you're upset about the rejections you're getting. And then so your mindset is getting you into more situations where more rejections are going to come, because you have that energy of a guy who's frustrated, even though you might not even, say it or try to, reveal it. That frustration is there, so that it just compounds, and then more and more rejection happens, more and more rejections happens. So the opposite is also true. When you get into a state where you're getting this girl, you're getting that girl, you're getting that girl. So the more girls that you're attracting, the more girls you'll attract. The less girls you're attracting, the less girls you'll attract. And so what it is that, I mean, this is the part people don't get. What it is that if you're in a situation where you're having a hard time attracting women, what you have to do is, first, in order to get out of that, you have to give yourself some small wins so that you can start getting back into the direction of winning. So, for example, instead of worrying about, hooking up with a bunch of girls, say, you know what, I'm just going to approach women and see if I can have some good conversations. And then what's going to happen is that you're going to start to get into a flow of just having, good conversations. Let's say you try to approach 10 women, 2 of them stop and talk to you. Okay, cool. I had 2 good conversations. Let me go back again and let me have some more good conversations tomorrow, whatever. So you're getting into that flow of doing that. Because you're doing that, what it does is that it gets you in a more positive state. You're just more in a more positive energy. Now, what happens is that because you're in that positive energy, when you talk to more women are going to be more receptive to you, because you're in a more positive, fun, engaging energy. Then you move on to the next step of, Leah, let's exchange numbers, let's get together, let's go on a date. So now so you went from getting rejected to just trying to look for cool, positive interactions, to the point now you're going on dates. So now what happens is that because you're going on dates, and because you're hooking up, and because you're doing all these other things, the next girls you're talking to, right? You're a guy who's less sexually frustrated. You're a guy who's less anxious to talk to women, because you've been talking to women and having positive interactions. So the thing is that the more that you're having those positive interactions with women and things are going smoothly, the more you're going to attract more women, because the more women that encounter you, you are a guy that they see as more attractive, because you're more chill. You see what I'm saying? But you're more chill because you've gone in that direction, and you've been working on the situation to get yourself in that situation. It's almost like, for example, I'll say this real quick. It's like when you don't have when you don't have money, when you have like hardly any money, and you're kind of like, struggling or whatever. It's like you're frustrated, like, man, I don't have any money. This is crazy. Nothing's really happening. And then let's say, for example, you get a good job, and let's say you start, getting paid more, you start getting more money, you start saving more money, you have more money to probably invest into something else, and then it builds up and builds and builds and builds, because now you're going in this direction. You see what I'm saying? So the key is you have to be conscious of which direction you are headed in at all times, and that will help you navigate to say, oh, you know what, I'm actually going in a downward spiral of rejection and frustration. Let me try to actually change the direction of the energy and say, you know what, let me stop being frustrated and let me look for a win. Let me look for something positive in this situation so I can go more in a positive direction. You see what I'm saying?
Right. You know what? It's interesting you said that too, because like, when I'm working on stuff, I have my periods where, things get frustrated, but I always try to look for a win in something, and it kind of gets me back on track.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with you 100% on that.
Think about it this way. And I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you have a guy who's frustrated and getting rejected, right? Mm-hmm. And he approaches a girl, he talks to her, and he says, he's like, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And then the girl's like, oh, I just don't feel like talking right now. Or she just gives him some kind of like off-putting comment or whatever, right?
Right.
Because he's so frustrated about getting rejected and because he's so negative about the situation, right? His demeanor might be like, he might either just like walk away with his head down, or he might even like lash out at her like, well, F you, and why you acting, like he'll just have that energy, right? Now, versus a guy who's in that positive mind frame, he's saying what's up to the girl, and the girl says the same exact thing. She's like, I just don't feel like talking to you right now, whatever, right? And so the guy who's positive, he might respond just positively and just make a joke or just make it fun. He'd be like, yeah, I get that you don't want to talk to me right now because you usually are probably not used to talking to guys as sexy as me. I get it. It's okay. You know what I mean? And then she might laugh at that, and then they might end up having a conversation. You see what I'm saying? So like, because he was positive, regardless of what she was saying or doing, right? He was, in some cases, you're able to break through that energy and then switch the energy to make the situation more positive, versus the first guy who was feeling negative and down. He just takes that and then adds that on to the negativity. You see what I'm saying?
So like the key then is like, so even when you're going through the rejections and going through the frustration, is to stay positive through the situation. And so you keep on projecting that energy. And like the more like you project that energy and you're positive, and the more you go out there and approach women, the more you're going to have a chance of, getting more women.
Exactly, right. Yeah. And that's all mindset. You see what I'm saying? It's the mindset of understanding that no matter what's happening in the interaction, you are not controlled or influenced or swayed by the interactions with the women. And so what happens is that you have complete control of the direction you're going. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because what happens is a lot of guys, they're very reactionary towards it. Because, for example, sometimes, if you go out with your friends and you guys are going out to like pick up girls and talk to girls, the problem with that sometimes is Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below. Click the link below or go straight to mr.locario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game.